Hi, Spirit Team. Welcome to my channel, Constellations Earth. I am your Master Cosmologist and the head cheerleader to the stars. I'm here today to do a weekly forecast. This is for the week of April 7th, 2025 through April 13th of 2025. And I am lighting a little sage just to try to bring the energy into coherence. One of the things I'm picking up on first for this week is Mercury went direct this morning and it really just offloaded. It just dumped, it unplugged a whole bunch of mental circuitry, and old thought forms were just done away with for good. And also, old neurons that were wired together got permanently detached. There's an inability to link words and thoughts and put out the communication clearly. So I'm just going to preface this reading with the possibility that my words are going to be kind of jumbled. But what it's really doing, I just realized, it's really beautiful, is giving us a new mind. It's giving us a new way to think. It is allowing us to think of ourselves different, brand new, in a positive light, with much more uplifting, heroic internal dialogue. I feel like one of the qualities happening this week is we're going from zero to hero, or from historically being a villain internally to more predominance of a heroic story, heroic choices, heroic actions, just a different voice. And it's 555 on my clock right now, which is Mercury, Mercury, Mercury. Five is the number of Gemini of Mercury. So yeah, it's um it's exciting, and I feel like there's going to be room again for the voice of our inner child and the dreamer, who may have had to take a long hiatus to do a lot of internal shadow work and healing and dealing with some shenanigans, especially persecution energy. And now that that's done, I feel like we just have this really nice permission slip to slip and slide on into our dreams with Neptune at 0 degrees Aries, brand new start, brand new self, and to go easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself. You're going to be attempting and trying all new things. You're going to be going for your dreams, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fuck it up, and you're gonna flub, and you're gonna flounder, and it's all gonna be good. It's definitely a week of learning to love the process, to get out of perfectionism, to get out of results, to get out of any sort of really critical energy of what the creation process even is. Because in order to even go for these big dreams and these big things, you're going to start, you're going to stop, you're going to fail, you're going to flub it, you're going to trip, you're going to slip, you're going to have to consult, you're going to have to ask, you're going to have to experiment. It's going to be a hodgepodge of new and a hodgepodge of go easy on yourself. I'm going to be working with a couple decks today to pull cards for the week forecast. The first is the Enchanted 𝗿𝗄𝗃 Tarot. Got the Animal Magic Oracle cards and the Nature Nurture Oracle deck. I feel like I should just briefly explain the artistic choice of switching over to this deck for my forecasting. I changed over this year to this deck for the yearly forecast, and I brought it online to do the weeklies, and probably I'll do monthlies as well starting in April. But the reason I chose this deck is because it's fairy and nature oriented, and there's going to be this onboarding of nature nurture and connectivity with the natural world and embracing all new roles and jobs that are much more interfaced with the planet. So I'm trying to open up people's consciousness and their minds and give them a glimpse into the future and what's coming ahead. I channeled a word as I always do for this week, and this week's word is the word incentive. The word incent is a verb. It means to provide with an incentive, and an incentive is a noun, a thing that motivates or encourages one to do something. It's also a payment or concession to stimulate greater output or investment. In Latin, incentivum is something that sets the tune or incites, and incantare is to chant or charm. One of the biggest things I'm picking up on this week is the need to motivate yourself and to light a fire under your ass and to even get the gears churning again. There's a hiccup in the giddy up, and a lot of it is lack of motivation. It's a lack of ability to even begin the task. There's self-doubt, self-criticism. Some of these things that we are beginning to do are long-term dreams that we've held on to a long time, and for whatever reason, there was no ability to dive in fully. It didn't ever take off. It didn't sprout. Maybe you tried over and over and over again and it died on the vine. So that is a confidence killer. And that energy has been stored up. And, you know, recently we just dumped, like I said, with Mercury there. So you have to understand that there's going to be kind of a probationary period, an introductory, liminal, no man's land while we get out of one way of existing and onto a different, where this one is a lot more self-forgiving. It's a lot more permissing as far as when it comes to mistakes and not being perfect. But I feel like we're needing to dangle a little carrot in front of us. So many of us have also operated from a punishment place and a punitive way of making ourselves do things and get results and achieve goals, like not giving ourselves the good thing until you get it done, or waiting until the end of the meal to have the dessert. That type of thing is getting role reversed, where we're going to get a goodie faster, or it's going to be positively led and positively driven. But yeah, I feel like there's this need to give yourself a little incentive, a little goal, a little carrot, a little reward. If you are getting back into working out after years of sitting on the couch and eating Twinkies, maybe you set up a goal for yourself that if you do a week's workout, you get to go get a pair of new yoga pants for yourself. This is not the same as retail therapy and buying shit that we don't need, but it's almost like there has to be something that gets the juices flowing, that gets the motivation in gear. There's a sticky wicket energy that I'm picking up on this week. So let's go into cards and see what else comes up and comes through for the collective for this week. I'm going to talk you through things as I pull. We're getting out the day by day cards first. Monday. What's coming up for Monday? Tuesday. Ooh, Tuesday, Wednesday. Friday. Too small of a desk for this task, but I'll make it work. Oh, she's Louise. Woo! Okay, a whole bunch of cards literally shot out, and I'm going to take that as the underlying energy this week, but it was like a torpedo or a rocket or a bomb or aim, shoot, fire. I'm hearing aim, shoot, fire. There's several cards there. Okay, Saturday. Trying to organize here. Sunday. Blessing and block cards. Out of the animal magic. Blessing for this week. There we go. I have the block out. It fell out earlier. And finally, the theme card. What's the theme for this week for the collective? All right, let's go over it together. So for Monday, we've got the Ace of Earth. Tuesday, the High Priestess. Wednesday, the Magician. Two of Earth for Thursday. Five of Water on Friday. The Seven of Water on Saturday. And the Knight of Fire on Sunday. Okay. And for our blessing, we've got Possum. For the block, Cougar. For the theme, we've got Air, Message, and that one's hard to see on camera. It's just swirly spiral clouds. And then what shot out, Five of Earth, Two of Water, the Devil, and the Tower. Okay. Well, I've definitely got the Monday through Friday story down pretty tight. I'm not quite sure on the weekend, but we'll get there. For the start of the week, Monday today, the Ace of Earth, this is just the seed point. This is the onset. This is, I feel like, inbound messages and receipt. I like that she's holding her hands out. It almost feels like it's a universal message dropping in, like, here, starseed, here's your particular seed to nurture and grow. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have all this great clarity, but I feel like the base material or the base ideas are starting to sprout. And even if you're not 100% certain, you begin to water, to nurture, to tend. It's an initiatory initiation energy. And I'm hearing to take care of it as you would a baby. I think what's the most important thing I'm picking up on at the beginning of this week here is, would you treat a baby that way? Your project, your art, your dreams, your goals, they're no different. You wouldn't tell them they suck. You wouldn't badmouth them. You wouldn't criticize them. It's adopting a different way to nurture and grow them, and nixing anything that has historically been on repeat internally that would kill the dream right from the onset, right from the get-go. Tuesday and Wednesday seem to be tied together, so I'll talk about them together here. Tuesday is the High Priestess and Wednesday is the Magician. These are the energy of Creator and Creatrix, where the inner masculine creative principle and the inner feminine Creatrix principle are blending and beginning to cooperate and beginning to find new ways to perform together for bigger magic, for bigger projects, for bigger dreams. These aren't necessarily small dreams that we are attempting to work on. These are our bigger ones. These are our, what some might call soul mission type things. So they require a new approach and a new internal chemistry. So for Tuesday, we'll be working on the feminine principle. And then on Wednesday, we'll be working on the masculine principle, where this would be the intuition and the nurturance and the mothering. We could call her the magical mother and this the magical father to kind of simplify it. And she brings the egg and the yin, and he brings the sperm and the yang, and they bang and create a big bang. And what's interesting here is we had the ace of earth for Monday, and then on Thursday after the bang, the banging where the egg and the sperm kind of come together, you have the two of earth, which to me would indicate the splitting, the division, cell division, where it starts to begin to grow and turn into a baby. I feel like there's a thing that's been gestating in your mind, in your imagination only, and it gets fertilized by Wednesday. And on Thursday, I do feel like it starts to actually grow and to start taking on a life of its own and becoming a baby, a project. The indicator here as well feels very much like these are the plants, the projects of a whole new world, of a new earth. They are intricately connected to nature. They are interwoven with the very health and well-being of the planet. They're not counterintuitive. They're not damaging. They're not against Mother Nature. They work in harmony, in tandem. These are going to be woven into our communities and into our world, and they will be intricately why am I hearing spliced? I don't even feel like that's necessarily the right, I don't know, maybe it is, but these are going to be also woven together. This is a spider. She's got spider arms, and this is one person's project, and this is another person's project. So there's going to be a cooperative energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing it with someone, but eventually it will merge and it will unite and it will be woven in with others' projects, is the indicator that I'm getting here. So it's a simultaneous, worldwide, collective, co-creative energy where people, the star seeds get fertilized, and then simultaneously everybody's ideas start to generate and grow. 5 of water. This feels like being really hard on yourself, and this is where this angelic principle or the heroine or hero in you has to come in and comfort yourself. There's going to be some sort of disappointment that happens during the week, and you might not feel it, or something comes in that triggers it around Friday. And it's going to be that same old sob story that has has historically always aborted this baby, and you have to behave as this being back here and comfort yourself and encourage yourself to keep going and not throw it in the trash and not abort the baby and not give this up to adoption to someone else that isn't as qualified as you to raise this baby, okay? This is incentivizing yourself to keep going, to move on, to be nice. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, even you. All right, let's see what the weekend is. 7 of water and Knight of fire. What I feel like is there's a sense here of having a work week, a true work week, implementing that as not even it incentivizes you to have structure for the week. And then the incentive at the end of the week is a true weekend with respite and restoration time and reinvigoration of your creative fire. This feels like to do anything else. It feels like take a break, go outside, go stargaze, find some other things to be busy with, go on an adventure, bring randoms and other variables into your life, forget about it, let it rest. And then on Friday, there's this kind of Kundalini. How do I want to put this? This is very downtrodden. This is your fire, your spark being put out. The energy of taking time to recover and putting it down and doing anything else, other things that are inspiring, is a reinvigorating, a relighting energy. And this is the spark coming back. So when you get to these points, you need to self-care, self-coach, self-encourage. And sometimes you have to walk away, go cry over spilled milk, go have your little pity party. But then remember that there's always those 2 upright cups that didn't spill over, and they're still good to be had. You can still recover it. You can still move on instead of what we may have historically done, which is just quit altogether and get frustrated. We're moving past these kind of babyish behaviors, and it's different for everybody. It's different for me than it is for you. You know exactly what it is internally that puts you into pity party, woe is me mode. This is the masculine principle to insert the yang, to add some more gasoline to the fire, to blow on the spark, to not let the fire die. Keep the spark lit is the push on Sunday. And that could be another day of just true weekend. Sometimes doing something else creative or movement-based recharges the battery for when you go back the following week to step into that thing brand new, right? Like I said, with the theme of the week, I feel like this is receipt of messages, receipt of clues, receipt of ideas. This feels like you would get it on the airwaves. You would pick it up in passing. You would get a 𝗀𝗀 from someone. You might overhear it at a coffee shop. I'm getting this indication to keep your ears open for random drops, random clues. The most inspiring things might come from the most unassuming or unexpected places. I feel like putting yourself into new environments would also bring a breath of fresh air in and bring in that new message energy. 𝗵𝗂𝗀 as our blessing this week does read like, I get two things here. Don't get hung up. Don't get overly caught up on the little details or get caught up in your head. There's an energy here of getting out of your head because he's hung upside down and letting go of those things that you would have said historically to yourself. Like when you catch yourself doing it, just dump it out. Don't even entertain it. Don't even let that come into a ruminating energy. The other thing here is rest and take a pause and take a time out. It's going to be beneficial to take a time out, walk away from it, go hang around, go chill, go do something else, get a different perspective, go somewhere else, watch something else. This is all about perspective shifts instead of just getting into a monster fury and shredding it and throwing it away or, oh, I hate it, I suck. That type of thing is the biggest thing with possum. The block energy this week is cougar. This is the energy of hiding in the shadows and lurker energy. Two different messages that I'm getting here. One is sometimes it's good to keep things secret. We don't want to necessarily give all the details, especially to all the people. This would be keeping your baby inside, keep the bun in the oven, and don't go telling everybody, especially those people that you know are going to shoot it down or have some snarky little comment. Tell your inner circle, tell those that you trust, tell those that are encouraging and supportive, definitely. But with others that don't need to know, don't go there. They'll crush you. They'll kick you before it even begins. And then what's the other shadowy? Oh, with the lurker energy. This is, some of us need to go public. Some people need to step out of the shadows. Some people need to step into the limelight. Some people need to be brave and say, hey, I'm doing this thing. Look at me. Watch me. I'm going to make it happen. So it might behoove some of you to have an accountability partner. Tell someone you trust as a mechanism, as an incentivizer that you told someone. And with the Earth and Libra, having an accountability partner is actually a very clever mind hack. It's a trick to get yourself to stay on task, to stay focused, to hit your targets, to hit your goals. I don't know why we don't do this more often. I think we try to achieve our dreams solo too often. And maybe there's a need to find a mastermind or a crew of like-minded individuals who are cheerleaders and positive and really have your back and want to see you find great success. But yeah, there's this no more lurking energy here too. You can't be a lurker. You can't be a looky-loo. You can't be a daisy sitting on the wall, a wallflower. You have to be brave. You have to find your courage. The moon starts in Leo today, Monday. You should get a good push of bravery with that. Okay, what I'm getting on for the underlying energy is quite intense. Actually, I've got the 5 of Earth, the 2 of Water, the Devil, and the Tower. I'm getting 2 discouraging energies here, like a two-faced discouragement energy coming from the rest of the cards. big persecution, being hunted, being stopped dead in your tracks energy coming from the external. This is historic. It is over and done with. There may be things that appear to be similar to historical past life incidents that might spook you, but those energies are so busy destroying themselves that they're not even going to notice you. I feel like the wolves in the background actually can't even see the individual who's so scared and terrified and frozen, dead in their tracks. You have to get over the old terror, the old PTSD, the old traumas, the old things that keep you frozen and prevent you from doing these things. With the devil in the tower, yeah, I should read these all together. It's one big energy. These are the things that haunt you, spook you, demonize you, terrorize you, shake you down, rattle your cage, terrify you so bad that you never, ever succeed at building, not even the foundation. It rattles the foundation even. This is energy of surmounting these terrors and these demons and moving beyond them to build and create and grow and prosper and find success. It's all historic. It's all external, and you have to really self-nurture internally. I also get that happening internally because of trauma, because of memory, because of soul memory. This energy here to me reads like self-nurturing, self-soothing, having a back and forth conversation between the victim and the hero, the good guy and the bad guy, the quitter and the go-getter, however you want to view this, whatever's going on, whatever's popping off internally, causing that tower energy, you have to talk better to yourself. And you have to converse with that other half of you that would want to quit and run and be afraid. And I feel like that's the totality of the message for you guys this week. Yeah, that feels complete. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again on this channel. Bye, guys.